na kwaba the bank assertive native for nani no konkohwe aye NDC akachinative enche bia na ide aye injunction kakra kabipa ato aye Chief Justice Torkono so say yi sama me we efi akonya ne so atifo enya asem ketua na nkofo binum chema so tin sama me we aye court processes bi no wantumi anye ne ye kura no tin senia obu asem no tiatia nkofo court no na enhyedan ye bapante bank mu yi sama me we enfiso ebibi sa chematifo aye mighty kapa na Chief Justice Torkono no ne kunu ne mba fa kwa ya brocha akojumuni atifo afaso de faso krampo bi ntumi amba ega na so ntinu nkofo bi so sa chema se yi sama mu afi aya akunya kese ne so na tifo na oda no kohwe Supreme Court atifo update change bi ba we to honom about sense tifo ekoso pa Chief Justice Torkono akachi na tifo SMB na kunako tie sanchechemu we na mbramda mu ina ase
Excellency John Dramani Mahama ye na adwen se ehon so obeye reset ni bi ewo honom Chief Justice eho na sese de eho asem ababeye deja ewo man ni mu a Excellency John Dramani Mahama kiremu a enipakuo miensa bi atro petition de abre ono John Dramani Mahama se Chief Justice Chief Justice Mahama Torkono I am misconduct ewo na adwuma na oye nim enti o say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ehwe no yi ni free honom no odi ni pafoforo ebesi Chief Justice Mahama Torkono anan na ewo petition ni mu de according to report ebeto abonten na bi mu kiremu a first nipa kuo anase nipa first one a or the petition ekoma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama no o kire say Mahama Chief Justice atiatia no ewo court sanso na Mahama Chief Justice anheda ama na anka na asemi ye chese ensema na Mahama Chief Justice eyusu edema ono no na ensema ono no according to ono no entwa yie enti His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ehwe sa anyoma we so the fact say Mahama Chief Justice atiatia no na onyini mfiri ho ena second one enso kiremu a Mahama Chief Justice de oman sika akwatena brochire ne kunu ne ma akwatena brochire akwachele a chile na omukwa chele wa brochire no onim emfaso a eba so de ma oman Ghana enti wey any ensema na ewo petition ni mu a na omo chese His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ehwe sa ne oma we so na onfa nyi Mahama Chief Justice info na onfa onipa foforo mbesi na nan se de be ya ebeboa ama ye court system ene ye judicial system no SCP na esita na asem ne ba ye no na John Dramani Mahama enso forward ye de ma Council of State enho asem ekopie mu o court achese back and forth abusuya ene die update a eba ewo sansensem no ho no ade a emu adiye pa nti embo hwi nye wrem Injunction
application against processes initiated by President John Dramani Mahama to potentially remove Chief Justice Torkono from office. Member of Parliament for Tafo, Vincent Ekowasefwa, sued the Attorney General over what he described as constitutional breaches committed by the President when he referred 3 separate petitions asking for the removal of the CJ from office to the Council of State without notifying the Chief Justice. Well, let's take you to the courts now and speak to our legal affairs correspondent Latif Idris on this. Latif, what can you report from the court?
Well, Mami, so as we speak, before this particular injunction application to be heard here at the Supreme Court, there were 2 other cases. As we speak, those 2 cases have been called. Judgment has been given on one. There has been adjourned for the judgment to be given on the other one. So the expectation was that the application was going to be called and the hearing will begin. But we understand the panel, as we speak, is not complete. So the judges are currently waiting for one last justice of the Supreme Court to arrive to make that particular panel complete before they are able to sit. Just before that, we saw the current Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayine, and the former Attorney General, Dr. Gedwadame, being called into chambers by the justices of the Supreme Court. And the speculation is that they were called to be informed about this particular development, that one of the justices of the Supreme Court who sits on this particular panel to hear this injunction application by the Member of Parliament for Otapo is currently not available here at the Supreme Court. We are told that if in the next hour or so, if he doesn't show up, what it means is that the case will be adjourned for future hearing. But we are waiting to see what particular decision will be taken by this particular panel on this issue.
Well, Lateef, do we know who make up this panel, the judges, and how many are they?
Well, so in all, we have 5 justices of the Supreme Court sitting on this particular panel, and let me run you quickly through them. We have His Lordship Justice N.S. Yao Dew. We also have His Lordship Justice Richard Ajay Fempo. We have Her Ladyship Justice Professor Henrietta Mensah Bonsu. We also have His Lordship Justice Samuel Kwame Adibi Asidu. And finally, we have His Lordship Justice Yao Dako Asari. These 5 justices of the Supreme Court make up this panel. And as we understand, I wouldn't want to put out the name of this justice because he's the only one who is not available. And we understand he might make it or he might not. If he doesn't show up, like I mentioned, the case will definitely be adjourned for future hearing.
Thank you so much, Lateef. We'll definitely.
Under Section 208 of Act 30, a person convicted of treason or felony or an offense involving dishonesty is disqualified to serve as a juror unless the person has obtained a free pardon. Over the years, and strangely, the justice sector seemed to have become constrained only to a small pool from which jurors were chosen. This pool seemed to have become confined to clerical staff in the civil and or public service institutions, and in a few instances, officers from the education sector. The yearly revision of lists required under Section 213 of Act 30 has seemed not to be thorough. This has caused the untenable problem of a particular juror being involved in several cases in different courts at the same time. Some of the jurors were on jury duty for years, and in some cases over a decade, making them almost professional jurors, and not the lay group with fresh exposure to legalities that they were needed to be. After much brainstorming, a team assisted me to propose solutions and reforms to make our jury system more efficient and result-oriented. In order to get the buy-in of all stakeholders, the team went on to do media and stakeholder engagements on national and regional platforms. As we open assizes today, jury lists have been expanded to include all citizens qualified by law, including many individuals in the private sector. Over time, steps will be taken to further expand the pool from which jurors will be selected. With these reforms, it is our expectation in the judiciary that the time of citizens engaged in jury duty not being used efficiently will change, and now there will be